My name is Dean Gomez, also known as Johnny Test. I wouldn't say there's necessarily much meaning behind the name Johnny Test. I would just say it was like a personality that, like a cartoon character personality, which I felt like I could portray all of my stuff that's going on in my life like through that. So it's not directly related to me, but it's still like about me, if that makes sense. I always thought I wanted to do other things and that, but music was always in like the background of my mind. Growing up as a kid, I've always just like imagined myself being on a stage and like being a performer, but I've never pursued it. So recently I sort of realised that, yeah, you know what, why have I not paid attention to like that feeling that I always had? Like I've always started things, like got to a certain level of them and then just dropped them. With music, I decided that I was finally going to start doing it and I really enjoy it. So now I'm like, I've got to make sure that I don't stop doing it, basically.
Hey yo, Nashy, you go crazy.
My biggest inspiration, they've got to be Juice WRLD, because like the first time I heard Juice WRLD, I was going through loads of stuff in my life, and it was literally like I'd never heard music like that. Like I'd never heard someone who was using rap or using hip hop, but literally like just using it as a way to express themselves. Like not just talking about like women and money and stuff like that. Like it's mixed in there, but he was like proper on an emotional level. So that was definitely the first thing where I was like, that straight away struck a chord with me. In terms of actually, obviously, influencing me to make music, like that would be Seb. I've always enjoyed music. I've been listening to music, loads of different genres and stuff since a young age, but what really made me want to start actually making music is just, like, pretty much my mate Seb buying a microphone, like, starting to do it himself. Like, I always wanted to do it, but I never thought I could. Sort of started freestyling, and then never took it any further. And then when I met Seb and he bought a microphone and a little studio setup, I thought, like, there's no reason why I can't do the same.
Making music myself was something I always wanted to do for a long time. I think quite similar to him as well. And it was like I used to sit in my bedroom and try and make beats and shit, but I was absolutely terrible at it, like unlike him. But I think it was actually someone else, a guy called Pua, who bought a microphone, an old mate of ours, and we basically like just ended up spitting in front of it one day, and then it was like, fuck, that's actually something that's like achievable, like I can actually do that. I've been making music probably a little longer than he has. I think we made music for the first time together like 2 summers ago or something like that, I think. So like I know he always had like, you know, an inkling he wanted to do it and stuff, and I just tried to kind of give him the push to do that, and yeah.
I'd say Seb is basically like my brother.
We're like brothers, honestly. Like
Seb is like my counterpart to my whole uni experience, basically.
We bare bully each other, but we're like the best kind of brothers because we can sit and like make music, make films together, all that shit.
When I met Seb, we just had that friendship straight away, but like we've always like helped each other out in whatever we're doing, and then that's just led straight into music. Like neither of us would be doing what maybe we would be, but like it would not be anywhere near as good as it is, or to the extent that we've done it, if we hadn't been like bouncing off each other and learning from each other.
He's a super fucking creative person, like a mad creative person, and he has a really good work ethic, and like he just works mad hard. Being 2 people who like never thought we could make music, and going from that to like hitting better numbers than most artists do to start off with just releasing music, and then being able to do a show to 200 people where like, and this isn't just like a pop-up show that like a lot of artists in our stage of like our career are doing, where they kind of show up and someone else has organised it and they do all this shit. Like, we organise everything ourselves, and that's like, because we're such creative people, like, and like the film side of us ties into it and stuff. We have all these photographers there, we plan all the lighting ourselves, we edit the tracks specifically for the show, so it was like, you know, we created this whole thing, and doing that to 200 people is crazy. It's a sick night.
My favourite song to perform is, I would say, it's difficult because I think it's always changing. Like, it depends on my mood and it depends on the concert and it depends on who's coming. But typically, I like to perform Rubber Bands. That's a song that I've got with my friend, and we just like, that's one of our first songs, and all of the people that we know that song and they love it. People like go crazy when we play that song, so that's my favourite. Being on stage and performing, I feel like I literally just feel like I'm at home. I feel like that's where I want to be. The vibe comes to me naturally. Like, I'll be thinking about it, maybe I'll be stressing, or maybe I'll just be calm beforehand. But once I actually stepped out, like, or I step out onto the stage, like, I feel calm. Like, I'm all there. Everything, like, my body just does shit for me. Like, I just perform basically without like trying. And the only thing is, it literally feels like 10 minutes to me when it's an hour long. So, if anything, I want to do it more. So, obviously, there's like worry before you go up on stage, but it's more just about the fact that you see all these people in a room who've actually turned up to see you, and you just really want to know that they're gonna have a good night. And also, it's mainly just the stress of, is everything gonna go to plan? So we spend so much time organising like a show, and if it doesn't go to plan, then obviously that's gonna be upsetting. So that's the main thing about it. My biggest achievement making music just comes from basically fans. Like, I don't even know, like, I don't feel like I'm at a stage where I could say I even have fans, but my achievement definitely comes from whenever I'm out and about and someone comes up to me and says they like my music. Someone that I wouldn't expect, or just even maybe someone I would expect, but people who'd say that they like my music and they listen to it. Like, that's the biggest thing that I could like have achieved, because I would never have thought if I made music people would ever want to listen to it. So I don't even really know like if I have fans, but when people come up to me and they say they like it, and they say that, you know, and when I can look at my numbers and see that numbers growing, it feels good. Like, it's nice to know that people are out there listening to stuff, and especially when you're not someone who's already famous or someone who's already made it, if people are going out their way to listen to your music, it just shows that they actually like your music. Like, there's something about it that they enjoy. So for me, like, there's nothing that beats that. For my fans, I would say, don't give up on whatever you're doing, because you can literally go from 0 to 100 so quickly if you find something that you like, which you maybe never thought about. So be open-minded and keep trying at whatever you're doing, and don't be discouraged by anyone else. I'd say to someone who started making music to take your time with it and be patient. I'd basically say, don't rush to make music or to find beats and to release. Just stay creative. Just keep, if you want to make music, keep making music, and keep like going on to the next track and the next track and the next track, and trying to improve yourself. But don't ever be in a rush to get it out, and let people hear it before it's really like time. And you'll know when it's time, like, it will come naturally. So just don't even think about releasing, just think about making music, and when it's time to release, like, you'll know that.
Like, if there's something you want to do, try it, because I think like both me and Tess are like, we're kind of like, we're people who have literally done that, and like, it's fully changed our lives, and like, that's the career path I think we both want now.
For me, in my music career, next is literally to like just carry on as I'm doing, making sort of songs here and there, start working towards an EP or another EP or an album, keep working with Seb, and just to keep improving. Like, I just want to keep doing it more and more often, start making different kinds of music. And also just generally, I just want to carry on with my life as I'm progressing, not just in music until that's possible. So I want to carry on making films, and I want to finish uni, and I want to carry on working freelance after that, making music videos and stuff.
and like keep listening as well. Like we appreciate like mad. Like I always say my music is like not just self-therapy, but I want it to be therapy for others as well.
Thanks for all the support, and just keep supporting. Like if you're enjoying what I'm up to and what Seb's up to, just keep up, like, you know, just keep at it, because I'm sure we're going to be able to do much more in the future.
If you haven't listened to his music yet, you're genuinely missing out, because this guy's like the British Juice WRLD basically. So go and listen to his shit, and just, yeah, that's about it, to be honest.
Hey, yo, Nashy, you go crazy.